go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down. We reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy. Dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game. This is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense. Special team running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar.
Go Brown.
Brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What's up and what's good? Good afternoon, everybody, and happy holidays to all. As today it is the Cleveland Browns pregame on Locked On Sports 216. Today with me and my man Ed in Columbus. What's good with you, homie?
What's up? What's up? Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. This is Christmas Eve, and we're playing Houston today, which brings me back memories to 1988 when the Browns played the Oilers on Christmas Eve, and it wasn't always so fun as we lost a playoff game to them. But that was in Cleveland.
That's like in 88, something
88,
like that.
yeah.
88?
Yes.
Wow.
Same scenario, though. Same scenario with 4 different quarterbacks this year. Same like 1988. But I think this year will be a lot different. Browns will get the win today, but we'll get into predictions later on in the show.
Yes, sir.
I'm just excited to be here. And like I said, happy holidays, everybody.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, today the Browns played the Houston Texans. I was about to say the Houston Oilers. I was straight about to say the Houston Oilers. Ooh, excuse me. The Browns play the Houston Texans today at 1 p.m. Is it on CBS or is it on
CBS?
Fox?
CBS, I think, yes.
Because lately Fox been carrying the games the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes, I will double check that for sure, but I'm hoping it's CBS. I think so because I think we get Iron Eagle. Yeah, it is on CBS with Iron Eagle.
Okay. Back to the normal.
Not the Sanchez stuff. Not the Sanchez.
Well, honestly, I didn't have a problem with Sanchez, to be honest. Especially in the Denver game when he basically ripped the Browns for not running the ball and stuff against Denver, and they was giving up the worst rushing in the league. I didn't really have no problem with that. I didn't really have a problem with that. But, here it is. All the Browns got to do is win, and you can keep the people off your back.
That's right.
I know. Well, first off, to anybody that comes on, the chat lines are open. Feel free to state your opinion, state your piece, and everything for today's game. If you want to give a prediction, feel free to. But for right now, me and Ed is going to go into some particulars as far as for the Browns to get a win today. I have my little orange board, my brownie board. Here we go. What the Browns must do to win today. First, number 1, and this is a must, I'm going to be honest, even though it disintegrated last week due to the injuries on the line, they have to get something out of the run game today. They definitely have to get something out of the run today. What you think about that, Ed?
I agree with that. You know what I like about that? You said get something out of the run game. Now, you didn't say they need to run the ball like consistently.
No.
You didn't say they needed to, establish the run game to set up the pass. You just said get something. It reminds me of the Pittsburgh game, second week of the season, when Jerome Ford ran for 69 yards, I believe, and got a long touchdown. Reminds me of the Colts game when we won 39-38, but we got a long run by Jerome Ford, set up the first touchdown, made it 7-7. You said get something. I believe that to be correct. I believe it's going to be a heavy dose of Joe Flacco passing to win. I think that's going to be moving forward. That's what we're going to have to do. But getting that something is getting that home run. If we can score 7 points off the run game, whether it being, via big runs, a couple, or just one big run, even one big run that attributes to 7 points will make all the difference for the Cleveland Browns today.
Yes, definitely. And plus, I'm gonna say this. I don't think, how can I say this? With Batonio playing today and Pochick playing today, it should be a little bit better. Now, it's
Yeah.
up to Jerome Ford to have better vision. I'm gonna be honest, his vision is terrible.
Yeah. Do you think that had to do with maybe the patchwork offensive line and maybe offensive linemen were creating holes that he thought were going to be different than what he saw? We don't know. Obviously, we don't. We're not. We don't know the
Right,
plays per se or what's supposed to happen. But I want to give Jerome Ford the benefit of the doubt that maybe with getting a couple key guys back today, that his vision will be better because of the blocking scheme. It is his own blocking scheme. So what I'm saying, as a fan, it's hard to tell what they really want to do. But to your
right.
point, I think it's evident to say that he is not a Nick Chubb when it comes to his vision, and
No.
he's going to need that a couple times today.
Because he doesn't, how can I say this? If I need him to get me 2 yards, I really can't depend on him to get me two
No, it's
yards.
not right. You're right, because you think that most of the time it's self evident what they need to do. Even Kareem Hunt, hey, look, I need 2 yards. I'm going to just go straight, and that's what I'm going to do. And Jerome Ford,
Exactly.
yeah, that pitter patter, that dancing, and he's not a Le'Veon Bell. This ain't the Pittsburgh offensive line from a couple years ago. So
Right.
to your point, hey, make up your mind and just go, buddy.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, running backs just take what they give you. If it's 2 yards, it's two
Take it.
yards. It's
Yes.
better than it's better to be 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8 than to be 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13.
Right.
Then you
Right.
got to rely upon the pass. Then the Texans can gear up for the pass and everything. And which leads me to point two. They have to get off to a fast start. Because I'm going to tell you this, if we fall behind by 10 points today, and then we're down by 10 in the fourth quarter, I guarantee you, unless the Texans just completely obliterate themselves, we're not going to win today.
I think you're right. This isn't like the Colts. No offense to the Indianapolis crowd, but
No.
Texans. It's not that is not a that crowd really. And I watched a couple Texans games when they came back and beat Baker and Tampa. That is a crowd. That is not in the easiest place to play. It gets loud. The fans are really
Yes.
into it, and kudos to the Houston fans for that. But to your point as well, their defense is a notch, I think, above some of the teams that we came back against this year. I mean, I will say one thing: playing the Bears last week, the Bears have a great defense. I
Right.
give them the Bears. So I think I don't think the Texans is quite as good, but them playing at home on Christmas Eve, extra motivation. They're still in the wild card spot, so they have everything to play for. And I know we'll get into it, but their quarterback Case Keenum, former Cleveland Brown, he's been around, so he knows how to game manage. And if they can get off to if we don't get off to a quick start, I should say, then he knows how to manage a game where they can sustain the lead. So yeah, that's a great point, Keith. You got to get off to a fast start and sustain that fast start, because Joe Flacco and the Browns, we went to LA, they scored a touchdown early and then they didn't do anything like the next 6 drives. So not only get off to a fast start, but maintain that fast start by whether you're not scoring points, but sustaining some drives, not no 3 and outs.
Very true. Very true. They have to get off to a fast start. That is crucial today. Because I'm telling you, if they're down 17-7, 20-10 in the fourth quarter, we're going to be talking about a loss. And we're going to be talking about that we may be out the playoff race. And I'm just being real. And nobody wants that for Christmas.
No.
Which leads me to point three.
Oh, geez. Here we
No
go.
damn turnovers. This is why I want the Browns to establish the run, because I don't want to put too much on Joe Flacco's plate where he thinks he has to be solely responsible for scoring.
Oh, I totally agree. They're an opportunistic defense, the Texans, as well, with D'Amico Ryans, as their head coach and coming from that 49er philosophy. So, yeah, no damn turnovers. Absolutely. We've been preaching on this the whole season. And unfortunately, the Browns, they haven't always listened to Locked on Sports 216 and what we've
No,
been
they
saying.
haven't.
Obviously, no.
No, they haven't. They haven't listened to our logic at all. And I'm going to be honest, they've gotten away with it so far, but I'm going to tell you this. If they turn the ball over 3 times this afternoon, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And everybody going to go from praising Joe Flacco to damning Kevin Stefanski.
It's funny how that quickly turns really, really quick, and especially if you get on social media, that seems play by play. They're praising him, they're damning him. It's a sight to see, but that's what makes us fanatics. So that's what makes us.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna go to point 4, which has to happen because our defense is like Jekyll and Hyde. At home, the defense is one of the most dominant defenses in the game in the NFL this year at home, but on the road. Defense hasn't been so quite dominant. And this is why I say of point 4, the defense has to play better on the road.
Well, no.
Which also leads, my fault, Ed. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Which also leads into part 5, which is a two-tier point. They have to stop the run and give Case Keenum hell.
I like that. I wanted to bring up the point of the scoring defense. I believe it's something like they give up around 10 points on the lakefront, but it's like close to 30 points on the road. It's something ridiculous. It's quite a contrast. So to your point number 4, play better defense on the road. It has to happen today. It has to start today because let's be real, Keith. The Browns, when they make the playoffs, most likely they're going to be on the road. So, this defense and this epic historical defense that us Cleveland Browns fans are talking about, and you combine numbers that would tell us to be the case, but on the road, it's not particularly the case. And today, it's got to change. It's got to change today. You're not going up against C.J. Stroud. I would have liked to have seen C.J. Stroud as a former Buckeye myself. Never seeing the field, but I did walk on it when I graduated. So that's about the extent of my time on Ohio Stadium turf. But I would have liked to see C.J. Stroud. That would have been fun. But Case Keenum is no slouch. And the Browns defense, if they can get a nice shutdown today, because let's be real, they got to go to Cincinnati still. And I know the Bengals struggled yesterday. It's not going to be an easy game. You know what I'm saying? So they got to get better defensively on the road. Helps by them creating the turnovers as well. And giving Case Keenum hell today will help us create more turnovers, because then we can feast. And then our cornerbacks with Emerson, Denzel Ward, and Greg Newsome hopefully can get some interceptions.
Yes, they have to. And the defensive line got to make their presence felt also as well. Hopefully, Myles Garrett can get a sack. I'm not used to seeing this for the last 3 games. He hasn't had a sack. He's been
held.
Yeah, because he should have had about 2 or 3 last week. But he got held. And then the one where I forgot who they played when he got the sack that stopped the team from getting a 2-point conversion, but they don't count that as a sack. So
that's right. Yep.
So it is what it is. But, the Browns have to play better on the road as a defense. They got to stop the run, because that's been the most alarming part. In all the games the Browns have lost, particularly on the road, because they're 2-4 on the road, the team has ran on them at will.
And it just sets everything up then, because once you can't stop the run, and then you get those quick hitters, those play action, especially against Seattle, that was very frustrating to see, and throw it, 30 yards down the middle to tight ends I've never heard of before.
Right. So the Browns got to prevent that, period. They have to prevent that. But if they get off to a quick start and dictate the terms, I think they'll be all right. But if they start off by spotting Houston 14 points, it's going to be an uphill struggle. Because then that means Joe Flacco going to probably throw the ball 60 times.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think we've talked about it extensively, but I mean, the formula is going to be, I think, to throw the ball with the way the offensive line is, and with Jerome Ford. And it's just going to be, and Kevin loves to throw the ball. We've talked about Kevin. I'll get the first one out of the way.
Kevin can't help himself.
There you go. Had to say it. We waited, you know what I'm saying? I'll give ourselves some credit. We waited 14 and a half minutes before we had to say that, but it's the truth. Kevin can't help himself. And, if we can have a balance where we're throwing it 30 to 35 times, running the ball 20 to 25 times, that's a nice balance right there, I think, for the Browns. But you're right, you got to get something out of the run game as much as stop the run. What helps stop the run is running the ball yourself, because then your defense isn't on the field, and it makes it a lot easier for them.
And you gotta run, especially when you're on the road.
Yeah. Crowd noise. I'm telling you, Houston is going to get loud today. It's going to get loud.
Because really, this is supposed to be the Deshaun Watson, C.J. Stroud Bowl, now it done really turned into the Coach of the Year Bowl, for real.
Ooh, that's a good point. Great point, Keith.
Because you got two probably of the finalists to me as coach of the year. D'Amico Ryans, first-year coach for the Texans. Kevin Stefanski, fourth-year coach for the Browns. Coach of the year, ball.
Yeah, I think what the difference might be is if the Browns can hold on to the 5th seed and be the top wild card, I think edge goes to Stefanski. If the Browns,
Yes.
for instance, if D'Amico Ryans though gets into the place, I think Houston's bar is not as high as Stefanski's because they're a team that wasn't expected to do anything. So them just making the playoffs, I'd have to give it to D'Amico Ryans because let's be real, having CJ Stroud play out of his mind and having then Case Keenum coming in and salvaging the season. If Houston makes the playoffs, I think it's hard for the NFL not to give it to Coach D'Amico Ryans.
True. Because I look at it like this. The points for Kevin is he's on his 4th different quarterback, and he's had injuries all over. If I told you back in August that week 1, boom, the Browns lose Conklin at right tackle. Week 2, boom, Browns lose Nick Chubb. Week 3, bang, we lose Deshaun Watson for a couple weeks. Then all the other injuries that just added on, then Deshaun comes back, gets injured again. After he had a breakthrough point against the Ravens.
I know.
And
I don't, Keith, if you told me this, I don't think I'd be your friend anymore. If you told me
that. And think of what they starting safeties.
Yeah.
Thornhill hasn't exactly lit up the room this year. He's been hurt off and on. Delpit is hurt. And they're going with 2 free agent safeties. Hickman was an undrafted
looking good from Ohio State.
Yes. DeAnthony Bell was an undrafted free
That
agent.
is my dog, Keith. Every time you're going to mention DeAnthony Bell, we need to get a bell and ring that bell because that is, I think when it's all said and done, there's some players from like the late 80s that you think of. It's like, when you think of Bernie, you think of stuff, but there are a couple of them that like, wow, it's like, I think of as like those were some crucial glue pieces. And I think DeAnthony Bell, I think he's one of those guys in the next couple of years that you're going to be saying his name a lot. He's always there. He's always making plays. Yes. He's one of those guys, I think, in a playoff game that could be the one that gets that key interception or key turnover, or key, fumble recovery. He's just a dog. Like you talk about a guy that's just always in the mix. He's a junkyard dog. I love that guy. We'll need to get a bell for the show because anytime we say DeAnthony Bell, we need to ring that bell.
Exactly. Then you also got to look at Anthony Walker's not playing today.
Oh, I did not know.
I don't think he's not playing.
Yeah,
I gotta check. Okay. I gotta check that out. Hold on.
I think you might be right because I think if that's the case, then it's going to be more crucial for our defensive line to get more pressure than like you were stating earlier because Walker is the quarterback of the linebackers in the defense, and when he's not in, then you got Taki kind of calling the plays, and we're just not as good defensively especially on the road.
Especially on the road, and especially when covering the tight ends and stuff.
Yeah,
they be having. I mean, don't get me wrong. No, Anthony Walker is inactive. The inactives today is Juan Thorhill, Anthony Walker, Kahif Halisi, Jordan Kuzniak, Agbo Okaranka, which everybody knew.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah,
Luke Weipeler, he's been inactive all season, and Isaiah McGuire.
Okay.
Yeah, no Anthony Walker today. So
wow. Okay, that's a loss. That's a big loss.
Yes. Elevated today was Charlie Thomas the third, and safety linebacker Charlie Thomas the third, and safety Tanner McAllister.
Okay. Well, hopefully, if they get in there, make some plays today, and next man up. It's been the mentality for the Cleveland Browns this whole year. So, I mean, what else is there? Hey, every time you tell me there's an injury, I'm like, I've heard that one before.
And the thing I would put on Kevin Stefanski's side, as far as coach of the year, is I don't think no team could have made it through this.
No,
still been talking about being in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely not. And then you look at their schedule in the AFC North and how competitive and as good as it's not just the fact that with all the injuries of 4 quarterbacks, it's the fact that we're running the gauntlet through this bevy of opponents that there are no gimmies. It's not like the Miami Dolphins who just beat up on the under 500 teams. They must have a lot of them to be 10-4 Miami because what I'm saying. So
right, it's like, man. So let's go to some games. Let's go to a game that we watched yesterday that had playoff implications and probably ruined another team's playoff chances. was this game yesterday. Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. Man, you cannot bury the Steelers ever.
It's like Michael Myers. It's like Jason Voorhees. It's like Freddy Krueger.
Man,
You better. You just can't. There's going to be another movie, and they're coming back.
woo me. Just when I thought, I said Cincinnati might win it today, and Browning turned into a pumpkin yesterday. That carriage turned into a pumpkin last night.
The difference, I think, though, is you look at Browning and his 3 interceptions, but, he had a lot of yardage, kind of like reminds me of Joe Flacco. The difference is with the Cincinnati Bengals compared to the Cleveland Browns are the Bengals gave up all those points because of that. The Browns, even with the 3 turnovers against the Bears and against other teams, have kept the offense in the game because they didn't give up points. And I think that Cincinnati, obviously losing Joe Burrow is a big loss. I get that. And obviously losing Deshaun Watson is a big loss. The difference between the Browns and the Bengals is the quality of defense. And the Bengals really, really in the offseason need to focus on offensive line like they always do every year. But their defense, especially with losing Jesse, it's definitely over the last couple of years deteriorated to the point where they can't even turn the ball over or they're going to lose the game big time, where the Browns can still turn it over. I'm not saying they should, and no damn turnovers, as your board says, but they can still win games even with those untimely occurrences.
Yeah, because Mason Rudolph looked like the Mason Rudolph at Oklahoma State yesterday. When he hit that pass to Pickens, I said, Cincinnati is in trouble. Because if he going to get that off, and Pickens went off yesterday, too.
He did. He's I wanted him coming out of college, and he's one of those ones that, like AJ Green was for the Bengals. There's just some receivers that it's like if we don't get them on the Cleveland Browns, they go to our division rival, and they're just spectacular. Could you imagine him if he was on the Browns? Like the Browns need another wide receiver that caliber.
Yeah. Yes, they need somebody like a Pickens or a Zay Flowers, somebody like that. That's a home run.
Give me a T. Higgins. I'll take a T. Higgins.
Or a T. Higgins. Yes. And which T. Higgins will be available.
Ooh, that's why I mentioned him.
He will be available this offseason. My tampering doesn't count, so I can say what
I
want.
Right.
I'm
Goodell's not sending you letters. You're not getting fined. You're not getting
fined. Like, Keith, keep your damn mouth shut. No, you can't
keep your name out shut.
Right, because I don't have a dog in the race, but I will say this: T. Higgins is available.
How much do you think he will? How much do you think it's? I mean, I know this is getting a little, but I mean, he's going to get a lot of money.
He's going to be asking for Amari Cooper type money at least. At least. At least. You can talk him down probably on your chances of winning, but he's wanting Amari Cooper money at least. And he's shown he could do the job when Chase isn't in the game either. So, but yesterday had nothing to do with Jamar Chase. For real. The defense just got smoked.
Yeah.
And like I tell people, all y'all Pittsburgh fans that's talking about getting rid of Mike Tomlin, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Because
I don't know of no other viable candidate to replace him.
Well, that's the thing, Keith. It's like you take Pittsburgh, you look at their defense. Obviously, their defense is top notch. I believe it's on par with the Browns, the Ravens. I mean, they're definitely in the conversation. If they just had a quarterback, I mean, we could argue their team is better than the Browns if you think about it. Because you look at the receivers are better, I think, than the Browns. Probably, I know Browns fans don't want to admit that, and I don't even want to admit it. But
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I told this to my son. I said, dude, had Pickett been in there, Steelers probably would be 9-5.
I know.
Because you can say what you want about Kenny Pickett and all that, but the one thing he does not do is turn the ball over.
Yeah.
In the last couple of games, you've seen how bad it can be without him if you got Mitch Trubisky starting, which is the reason why Mason Rudolph was starting yesterday.
Yeah.
If you don't turn the ball over with that defense,
you're going to win games.
You're going to win games flat out. It's just like when people was talking about, I've heard the debate as far as Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco. Everybody say, well, I say it's Deshaun, or would you have made the trade and stuff like that? But you can't really go back to then.
No.
Because if you go back to then, I mean, it was 13 other teams that tried to get Deshaun.
Well, like I said, people want to play that game. I just want to say this, okay? Stop going into the past when it comes to just go to this year. Just go to this year.
Yes.
Would you have made that trade, Keith? If I would tell you his record is 8-4 as a starter.
Yes.
Would you have made that trade if I said he was 14 of 14 in Baltimore and got you a win? Like, it's not that complicated. Stop making it out.
I would have made that trade 5 times.
Thank you. Stop.
And plus, and this is what people don't understand, and this is what kills me with the hypocrisy with the national networks, with the mainstream media. The games Deshaun was having this year that weren't so great statistically, but they were still winning, but his stats was about the same as Lamar's during some games. Jalen Hurts, who is the darling of the NFL now.
Yeah.
And he was getting crushed for it. But here it is. I'm looking at Jalen Hurts. He single-handedly lost the Philadelphia game last week.
Exactly.
And it's like, well, Philadelphia is still. One dude said, maybe it's Jalen.
Well, another thing, too, like even when Deshaun Watson didn't play particularly well, even when he had rust on it, you can honestly say, like, he didn't lose us the game. He may have not have won us the game, but he didn't lose us games. Show me a game where he lost us a game. He hasn't lost us a game.
Can't nobody say that. Like last year at this time when they lost to New Orleans, Deshaun didn't lose that game.
No, it's just Njoku dropping that potentially tying touchdown. And
think about this. When I had confidence in Deshaun, when I really got confidence in Deshaun was really that New Orleans game last year. Yeah, because despite it being 6 degrees or 2 degrees, whatever, the ball was on time.
Zip on that ball.
Zip on the ball and everything. It was just that Kevin couldn't help himself, and Kevin didn't take advantage of his gifts that he had. He had advantage with Chubb can run, Hunt can run, Deshaun can run.
Yeah.
He didn't take advantage of it. Didn't use what he had to get what he needed. Because this team could easily went to the playoffs last year. I don't care what nobody say.
And they should have.
Bad defense and all. This team could have went to the playoffs last year. And this year is living proof. Because if you really think about it, all the Browns really did was overhaul the defensive line.
Yeah. I mean,
linebackers still the same.
Safety
still the same. And
because they got Thornhill, who's kind of been a disappointment.
Yes. And we're still 9-5. And think about it. You got a new defensive coordinator, a new special teams coordinator. That's all he did was change up a few things. And that was it. And look at it, 9-5. And like I tell people, thing that pisses me off really is people is shitting on Deshaun's grave right now because he's hurt.
All right.
Well, because he's hurt. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that they got Flacco. Thank God. Because I was like, man, when DTR in preseason, I seen some chinks in armor with DTR in preseason because in the first 2 games he was going down, but he was going down against 3rd and 4th teamers.
Vanilla defenses too. He was playing.
But then when they played Philadelphia and when they played Kansas City at the end of the preseason, he started stalling drives.
Yes.
And people wasn't talking about that. They was like, oh, he's 10 of 13, but he couldn't get into the end zone.
Yeah, exactly.
And I told my partner, G-Host, I said, damn, they sent Dobbs packing. And G-Host and me said at the same time, if Deshaun gets hurt, we may be fucked.
Yeah, and shout out to your boy Gios. He was absolutely correct. Here's the thing: it's that whole Baker thing, kind of like Baker would put up numbers where he would go 10 to 13, 10 to 4, but we weren't scoring touchdowns. We would stall. Drives would stall. That's the difference. It's almost better. You need quarterbacks that can finish. You got to put up points, and that's the thing. Right. It's not always about the completion percentage, which is nice. And don't get me wrong, I want him to be, and that's why I do like Deshaun, because if you look at him career-wise, he is like a 67 to 70% completion percentage guy. I do like that about him, and he can finish with his legs, and that's the weapon that we have in him. So I think that's
he's like a multitasker quarterback for real. Yeah. And Joe Flacco, he's a little bit from the old school. But the thing that surprises me about Flacco is he can still get that ball down the field at 38.
I think you're right. I think that's been the biggest.
He can still get the ball down that field because when he threw that pass to Cooper, good Lord. Oh, my
Lordy,
God.
Lordy. That
I
was
thought that pass was going to get intercepted, and I was like, oh, no. No, 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 no. And he can still get the ball down the field. Happy holidays. Happy
yes.
holidays to you. Only thing I hate was when I shared on my group
It
is
doesn't
that
show.
it doesn't show. I wish Restream would resolve that,
Oh, yeah.
please.
Yeah. Thank you.
They'll
Yeah.
resolve that. I wish they'll resolve that. So now I'm going up here on my thing up here, going
To
here on
find
my
it.
phone. Yeah, so going to my phone because I want to give people a proper shout out and everything. Let me go here
Mm.
and let me go here. Let me hunt here.
We're
Let's
hunting.
see.
We're in
Yeah,
the hunt.
let's see. One comment. What's up, Sean Hall? Long time no hear
Oh,
from,
hey.
buddy. What's up with you? Happy holiday to you too, my man. And may your Christmas be a great one and everything. And also, like I said, also take this time, also during this time of the year, take this time to spend with your family and friends and be fortunate
Yeah.
that you get this time to spend time with your family and friends. Let's see, got another comment. Sean Hall say, I have a really great feeling that the Browns can pull out a victory in Houston with Joe and that defense going to ball out against the world mentality. Definitely. I agree with you. I actually got a feeling they're going to pull this game out too myself, which you're going to prognosticate in a few minutes. I got a feeling they're going to do the same thing. Definitely. Good comment, Sean. Definitely good comment and stuff. But like I said, that's the only thing that kills me with the national media and stuff. And it's like, have you been watching any national media lately this week?
I've watched Good Morning, what is it, football, whatever. I've seen Kyle
Yeah.
Brand. I've seen a couple. I've seen on X or Twitter. I've seen a couple things posted, but I tend to stay away from it because, like I said, it's mostly of that negative nature. But I think they're coming around on the Browns a lot, and that's
Now,
kind of nice.
NFL Network is coming around, but
Yeah.
Fox, I don't want to say particularly all of Fox
Uh-huh.
and ESPN. Well, Colin Cowherd had the Browns ranked top 10 in
Oh,
his herd hierarchy this week. He had
okay.
them ranked number 10 and things. And I had them
Wow.
ranked number 7. I had Cincinnati ranked number 10. Well, that's temporary now.
They might be taking a fall.
I think they're going to be taking a field trip out the top 10 and stuff.
Yeah, right. Right.
But the thing with the Browns is they're a team, if they're a team right now, if they lose the final 3, I wouldn't be shocked. If they win the final 3, I wouldn't be shocked. If they go in the playoffs and go away to the AFC Championship game, I wouldn't be surprised. And if they was to lose in the first round, I wouldn't be shocked. But I would say this, it behooves them to have that 5th seed.
I agree. I totally agree. Because then you're
'Cause who
going to
would
play
you
Jacksonville or Indianapolis.
Ed, you was reading my mind.
Yep. Yep. Hey, my ears. I can hear you. I can hear you. My ears.
You was reading my mind. And if this team can somehow stop turning the ball over, they have a shot.
Yeah.
They have a shot. I'll give them a puncher's chance. If this team can stop turning the ball over.
Yeah. I don't want it to look like a Tyson Leon Spinks fight, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no. Nah. But like I said, the Browns, I think the Browns going to pull it out. But we're going to prognosticate some games before we get up out of here.
So I got
Let's
my big
go
ears.
to this game that's in the afternoon today, right after the Browns game. See, I didn't change things up on my thing.
That looks good. That looks fun. I want to be there. That looks nice. It looks nice.
Yes, I want to be there too. Even though it's going to be 60 degrees here tomorrow. But got Dallas at Miami, the Prove It Bowl. That's what I call it, the Prove It Bowl, because neither team has showed me that they can beat a team over 500.
Yeah.
The thing with Dallas is Dallas has beaten a team over 500, but they have pummeled teams at home. But on the road, it's been an entirely different story.
Correct.
Miami hasn't proven they could beat anybody that's worth playing, to be honest, this year. So, Ed, Who do you got tonight?
Well, I remember last week. Let's go back to the last week machine when we had the Cowboys
I knew
at
you was
the
gonna do this to me.
Cowboys at the Bills, and I predicted, if I believe, a Bills victory. Okay,
Yes, you did.
but I think Dallas. It will not be as lopsided of a victory today for either team. I think it's going to be a closer game. Unfortunately for you, Keith, I know you and LeBron love your Cowboys. even though I know LeBron loves his Brownies now, but I think he's still deep down like his Cowboys.
Yeah. Me and LeBron
I'm
kind of
gonna
like same person when it comes to sports.
yeah. I'm gonna say the cheetah is back. Tyreek Hill is back, and thank goodness because my fantasy
he's playing
team
today.
definitely needs him. But give me the mammal fish 31. Cowboys 23 and a great game today.
Okay. This game I went back and forth. The elements won't be fucking with Dallas today.
That's true.
Elements won't be fucking with Dallas today. Now the key for Dallas is if their left tackle is playing. If he's playing, I like their chances because when he doesn't play, Buffalo had their way on Dak last week. And I think Dak is going to redeem himself. And I think he's going to have a better game, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like, can Dallas and Tua, if Dallas pass rush don't get to Tua going to have his way with Bland if Tyreek Hill is playing.
Yeah.
So, begrudgingly, I'm going to go with Miami 35, Dallas 31.
Oh, that's a great game, though.
It's going to be a great game, though. I think it's going to be an offensive game for real. But I'm going to go Miami 35, Dallas 31. It sucks, but I'm just going to keep it.
Keeping it real. Keeping it 100. For real.
Keep it 100. I'm about to start crying.
Oh. Don't cry, Keith. Don't cry. Hey, the game hasn't been played yet.
It's fucking up my Super Bowl prediction.
Keith's all in his feelings right now.
What's up, Sean? Keeping this up with the wins. I can see the Browns going to have a lot of primetime games. Yeah, next year. Yeah, my man Ed going to be pissed off, but Ed said he's going to retire next year.
I know, I'm old now. I like the 1 o'clock.
I can see the Browns having a lot of primetime games next year. So far, so good for our home team. Go Browns. Yes. But I got Miami winning 35-31. And I can say this. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. But then Monday night on Christmas night, what everybody wants for Christmas. And I'm going to be honest, NFL about to wipe the NBA ass tomorrow in ratings because you got Kansas City going first. And who the hell wants to see Milwaukee and New York or New York play anybody for real? But Christmas night, you got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams 11-3. Best records in the AFC and NFC. Who you got, Ed?
Well, this is a rematch of the Super Bowl when it was Harbaugh versus Harbaugh. Well, there's only
maybe
one
a Super Bowl preview too.
Yeah, and could be one this year. Super Bowl preview. Good point, Keith. It's in San Francisco. I don't think I think it's gonna be a great game. But I do think the 49ers win. Here's why. I don't think the Ravens will score enough. I think the 49ers can score. I think they got with their weapons of McCaffrey and obviously look at Brock Purdy being efficient. I will give the Ravens credit. I think they'll keep it close.
John Hall agrees with you too, by the way.
Yeah.
He just said, I'm taking the 49ers over the Ravens.
Sean's a smart person. Sean's very smart. But give me the 49ers 24, the Ravens 17.
Okay. All right. Me, myself, you know me.
You're okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, I know. Keith is a Lamar lover. I'm going to say. Lamar.
Yes.
And that's okay.
I'm going to say this. They disrespected the Ravens by making them a 5.5 point underdog.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah, 5.5. And Baltimore is taking this game personal because they feel that they haven't been noticed. And this is what I was going back to. Like I said, with the Browns, like the national publications haven't talked about the Browns. They haven't talked about the Ravens.
That's true.
And I think Lamar and them is going to take this game personal.
Cool.
And the last team the 49ers faced that gave them the physicality that the Ravens can give them is, guess who? Was in the AFC North with the Ravens. That beat the Ravens last time out. The Browns.
Yes.
They took the helmets to the 49ers back here in Cleveland in October. So today, I'm predicting on Christmas evening that the Ravens will beat the 49ers. Because I think the Ravens got the formula that the Browns have. You got to make it an ugly game.
That's true.
And Baltimore, even though Keaton Mitchell was a big loss, but you still got Gus Edwards and you still got Lamar in the backfield, which you have to deal with. So I got the Ravens pulling this game out 24-21.
Oh, another okay.
Justin Tucker is going to win it for him.
Okay, well,
Lamar going to drive late, and Justin Tucker going to nail in the final dagger.
He ain't going to miss it, I'll tell you that. If they get a chance
No,
he ain't going to miss it.
He's not going to miss it at all. No. I got the Ravens winning tomorrow.
Okay. Well.
Because for some reason, honestly, I think this is the Ravens' year. If they don't do it this year, I'm going to be honest, win.
Yeah, that's well. That all but assure them of the division title, I think, if they win.
Yes, division title, home field advantage.
Yeah.
Because if they don't do it this year, I don't know when. I'm just going to be honest with you. And you know me, and Lamar I trust. Except when it comes to the Browns. And Lamar I trust, except when it comes to the Browns and the Cowboys. Then I got to kick Lamar to the curb. But I got the Ravens winning tomorrow night. Which brings us to the game that we all give a fuck about. That's coming on in about 17 minutes and 10 seconds. The Cleveland Browns against the Houston Texans, which has big-time playoff implications. Browns 9-5 hold the 5th seed. Houston 8-6. And they're in the playoffs right now, as of now, too, I think, if I ain't mistaken.
Yes, they are. Yeah,
it's either them or Indianapolis, one of the two.
Yeah, and they play each other. Yeah, so it's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to say, obviously, I'm going to go with my Cleveland Browns, our Cleveland Browns, I should say.
Yes, sir.
24-18. I think Houston will have the ball last with a chance to go down and win it, but we will get a stop, whether it be a turnover on downs or whatever the case may be. But I think it'll be a situation where it's never easy being a Browns fan. And I think today will be one of those games where it continues to go that way. But I do think the Browns get the win, and that's all that matters. So 10-5 when it's all said and done, and we're talking later on the Locked On Sports 216 post game.
Yes. Me, myself. Okay. Sean Hall says 27-17 Browns.
I like that score better. I like that one better.
I like that too. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I think the Browns is going to win the game, but I think it's going to be an air it out bowl.
Okay.
I don't think the defense is going to play too well. I'm just going to be honest. You know, Case Keenum going to have one of them back to Houston moments like he was with the Houston Cougars. And, you know.
Oh, okay. So. It's going to be like that, y'all. It's going to be like that.
And I think, what's up, Jay? What's up with you? What's happening? Thank you. And I'm going to go with the Browns. I got the Browns winning 35-31. I got them winning 30-27.
Oh, geez, Keith. Heart attack time.
Dustin Hopkins is going to save us at the end. And I'm going to take Jay. What's up, fam? What's up with you? And I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna be one of them games where it's gonna be fuck what my orange board say, because we're gonna turn the ball
Yeah,
over.
fair enough.
Kevin gonna get beside
Kevin got a
himself
Kevin.
passing, but I'm not gonna really knock him or nothing because I understand that our running game has been compromised. But I got the
Yes.
Browns winning 30-27. 30-27 Browns. And I think Case Keenum going to have a revenge day on the Browns. He's going to have a big game, but I think Keenum might make a mistake late, or the Browns might score late where Dustin Hopkins kicks a field goal late, or Flacco throws a last-minute TD pass. 30-27. Real quick, Ed, who do you think all have to have a big game?
Oh,
No, we ain't gonna narrate the game. We gonna be back 30 minutes after the conclusion, Jay. After the conclusion of the game, and then we'll give you our thoughts, our post-game reaction, and whatnot to everything that happened today.
Yes. So come back with us, Jay. Come back with us.
No doubt. Come back with us. Come back with us also, Sean Hall. Come back with us. And everybody, subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe to that. No doubt. No doubt. Ed, who you think on the Browns has to have a big game today?
Okay, I'll say this. Offensively, nobody has to have a big game per se. They just have to play smart, not turn the ball over. But on defense, that's where they need the big games from. They need that defensive line to be disruptive. I need Tomlinson. I need Myles Garrett. I don't even need Myles Garrett to get sacks and stuff like that. I just need him to be held like he is, so everybody else then can get the sacks that he's not getting. So, and then obviously I need one of those cornerbacks, Emerson, Ward,
yes,
or
sir.
Newsome. I need them to have a big game, whether it be picking off a couple passes. But that's where I need the defensive line to do their thing. And you know what? Give me some JOK on top of it, because you need a guy in the middle to, get that middle of the field shut down.
I'll tell you who needs to have a big game for the Browns. I'll tell you. Ford has to have a big game.
Oh, jeez, you're asking a lot.
I'm asking a lot, but hey, I need a good run from Ford. I need some good.
Well, that's right. One good run. I'll take that. I'll take one.
One or two. Absolutely, guys. I'll be back. No doubt, Sean. Definitely. Ford needs to have a good game today. Ford needs to have a good game. And I'm looking for Tillman to steadily progress.
Yes.
And I think Elijah Moore needs to have a good game too. Because I'm going to be honest, and this is what I'm shocked at, as I don't see how teams don't double team Amari Cooper more.
I know. I agree.
I don't. I honestly don't.
That's a good take.
Jay Ardance, you right. And I think Elijah Moore has to have a breakout game today.
He's a little bit underwhelming. Would you say he's been underwhelming kind of a little bit this year?
I'm not going to say underwhelming. I think what the problem has been this year, the Browns tried to make him into something that he's not.
I think that's fair. I think that's a lot fair.
They tried to make him this offensive gadget. No, let him play the slot and do damages. I think he's uncomfortable in the slot coverage.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I think once they establish that, he's going to be all right. Because think about it. He got 560 yards receiving. He's on pace if everything goes. He stays healthy, get at least 700 yards. Yes. Yes. And yes. And Jay said D been playing zone. And Jay said this, Amari being doubled. Because I'm saying I don't. But I look for Elijah Moore to have a big game. Njoku, he's a cheat code. Njoku is a guy, he makes all the difficult catches, and then every now and then he has some fart moments.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's established himself as a pretty good damn tight end. He got 700 yards receiving this year.
Wow. Yeah.
But I expect Elijah Moore and Ford for me. And my tackles owe me. Hudson and Christian, y'all owe me.
Please.
Y'all, man, what is the guy? Montez Sweat made his Hall of Fame tape on us
Oh yeah,
last week.
he punched his ticket to Canton. He's got his gold jacket. He's getting it fitted.
Yes. Sean Hall said, what I like about Joe Flacco, he goes to 8 to 9 different
Yes,
receivers. Facts.
yes.
Facts. Facts.
David Bell and all them.
Yes. Amari yes, you are right.
I hope so,
Amari
yeah.
Cooper is only 25 yards away from getting 1,000 yards.
Ooh, he's got it. He'll get it in the first quarter.
He'll get it, yeah. And also, Goodwin to be a secret weapon also.
Just one play a game. If we can get like a 50-yard bomb every game, they'll take it.
Or 25-yard bomb.
Yeah, just
I'll
a
take
key first down. That'll work.
Yes, Amari is close to 1,000.
Woohoo!
So we shall see. But I predict the Browns winning 30-27. It's going to be a great game. And the Browns going to do everything we done said they don't need to do. But they somehow going to get the victory. But as long as they don't spot Houston a big league, we'll be cool.
Like the other side of the pillow, cool.
Yes. Yes. Let's hope only 2 times without. Yes. Yes. 2 years in a row. Yes. Get 1,000 yards. Yes. So Amari Cooper, make that happen. But let's get that victory. So then, if the Browns win today, they literally clinch a playoff. But let's just say they need to win out. For real, to me.
I don't disagree. Because
Thursday, you got the Jets, and you don't know with the weather and all. And
Buffalo's not losing. I don't think Buffalo's going to lose.
No. The best chance of Buffalo was to lose was yesterday. But Buffalo got a difficult road still.
They played the Dolphins the last week of the season. So the problem is the loser of that game could possibly slide to that 5th seed. And then what I'm saying? So we need to keep winning. That's what we need to do.
Yes, we just need to keep winning. Let's go to 12-5.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Let's work to be great. Let's go, Browns. You right, Jay. Let's go. But anyway, we about to get off of here and things. Me and Ed will be back 30 minutes after the game.
That's right. And I just want to say to everybody out there, Merry Christmas and go Browns!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope this
and
is
happy holidays too for everybody out there.
Yeah, happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy the game. He said, "No more here on my name." Yep, Jay, Sean, everybody that's been watching, we'll see y'all a half an hour after the game. What's up, Gwendolyn Pitts? What's up with you? Get the victory. Go Browns. You damn right about that. And we'll be back later on, half hour after the game, win or lose.
Win, Keith, win.
Win or lose, we coming back on anyway.
Well, that's that is true, but yeah, right.
Win. Definitely, Armand. What's up with you, Armand? Hey, check out. My man Ed put extra work on y'all for next year. Well, Ed didn't put extra work on y'all. Jay put extra work on y'all for next year, Armand, saying that it's going to be more primetime games. And they're probably going to be in Cleveland, so know what that's about. What's up, Sean? What's up? My guy Armand was good. Yeah,
blowing up now, Keith. Chat line's blowing up.
Heck yeah, that's what's up. Definitely. But we about to get up off of here. We will be back a half hour after the game. So Armand say he agree. More prime time and everything. Shit, might get a home game. Who knows? Because I'm going to be honest. If Buffalo gets in the playoffs, they're going to beat one of them division winners.
Yes.
I'm telling you. So it might be an AFC championship game with the Browns and whoever. So the Browns got to win out. They got to win out because this game is winnable. The Jets game is winnable. The Cincinnati game is winnable. But we're going to go one at a time. We got to get this game first. Get this game first. We dictate our own terms. So go Browns. Get the victory. We'll be back a half hour after the game. This is your man Keith Allen with my man Ed on Loc'd Sports 216. And we will be signing out. Peace.
Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down. We reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy. Dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game. This is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.